trying to push your values on me.
I'm not. I'm
That's
simply
what you're
saying.
trying to do.
Alright,
I
and...
don't, the ones of us who work for House Kenneth don't value freedom. Not by your definitions.
Then what
Because
do
to
you see
us,
freedom?
we are free. We work for them of our own will. We take orders because we want to. If we didn't want to, we would leave. And we'd go join the monstrosity. Or we'd probably wander out somewhere else and make our own society.
And look what that can
But
happen.
don't you
too.
dare try and tell me I'm a slave.
I'm not telling you
Don't
you're
you
a
dare
slave.
try and tell me I'm not free.
I'm not saying that.
Yes,
All
you are.
I'm
You
I'm
just
saying.
You did. You said
me-
I'm not free. You asked me why I never tried to be free. If I have to try to be free, I'm inherently not. So
apparently-
you can stop talking to me. I'll talk to the wizard, but I won't talk to you anymore.
And we're
know
live,
what?
everybody. Welcome back to Dunces and Dragons. We continue right back where we left off. Oh, You know, I really shouldn't be doing these anymore. It's David. David, do you want to do these?
Well then, folks. Welcome back to Dunces and Dragons. I am your dungeon master, David Torreske 666, edgiest edgelord name of ever. Yes, it is. Joining me tonight, we have Corey Ganondorf 50 Longhurst, Tim Pate,
Hello.
Mars Malicious Ghoulified,
Yellow.
and Connor O'Brien.
Danger zone.
And we resume where we left off. So, in the short gap between episodes, the Warforged they captured did have a lovely conversation with Jack.
Yeah, it was so sweet their periods synchronized.
There's the guy ripping the legs off of a Warforged.
Ronaldo Giuseppe has a question.
Yes, wizard.
Supposedly, there was another forge, and supposedly the one you call the monstrosity has it.
I have no idea. We have no intel from the Moorland. We don't go there. We just try to keep people. We just try to keep it contained.
Why do you try
Look
to
where that
keep it
got you.
contained? What did they do?
I'll put it this way: a lot of the Warforged who follow that guy only follow him because he made the exaggerated claim that he is their deity.
I wouldn't call him a deity. I'd call him someone who managed to kill one.
Vol, do you refer to Vol? Vol is not a deity. Oh shit, no. Was she No, she wasn't a deity.
She was
a
attempting
very,
to become one.
She was just a very, 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 very powerful
Oh, he-
witch.
No, he killed the previous Lord of Blades. So he got the title of Lord of Blades.
I was referring to Vol. He was in the Vol's castle. Is that
See,
well
no.
known?
See, now I would have no information about that.
Okay, so David, what would my character know in game? Would he know every event in the previous arc?
Probably not.
Okay.
Remember how much of that shit happened off-world, Corey?
How much of what should happen off-world?
Remember how much of that campaign happened on a different plane?
No, it didn't.
Guess what it did?
When? What do you mean?
I could have sworn Vol's whole thing was on a different plane.
Her phylactery was. Her castle was not. I specifically have her castle mapped out still.
Huh.
If you go to page, if you go back onto the main, yeah, it'll be on Colvert. If you look at me on Colvert, her hideout, you're on there, right?
Yeah.
Right here.
Huh. I did not remember.
No, not there. It's in the Lozar Principalities. It's in one of these islands. I forget which one.
Remember, Corey, this was 2 years ago.
You know how
My
I
memory
am.
shot from that.
You know how I am. I'm very autistic like that.
Yeah, and you know that I'm drunk half the time.
True.
I'm probably barely gonna remember tonight.
We blew up a fucking island, though.
What? In any case, I would say that most of the events that happened there were probably not too well known. And even if they were, it was 100 years ago. Legends twist, legends change. So, the reason that the Warforged of Kenneth do not like the Warforged of Mordland is mostly we do not believe that the Destroyer is our god. And we refuse to accept that he is. Because, as far as we're concerned, gods don't exist, at least not in the way that you can see and feel and hear them. Not physically, in any doubt, in any capacity at least.
Hey, if I can interject, when's the next patrol coming?
Next patrol, probably tomorrow. I mean, it's a lot of territory we gotta cover. However, though, again, the raptors are probably going to be coming around in about 4 hours trying to look for me.
Were those the ones I saw earlier?
Oh, no. You think you're confusing raptors like the razor claws of the halflings with raptors as in the bird.
No, I'm referring to,
No. I mean, you are confusing raptors as in the razor claws with raptors as in a bird.
No, the halflings that were riding them.
They weren't riding any birds. The halflings around here don't ride birds. If they do, they ride pterodon. They ride glide wings, if anything. When I say raptors, I mean giant-ass birds made by House Canis.
Oh. I thought you were talking about dinosaurs.
No, I'd advise either leaving me behind, leaving you with the halflings in about 6 hours, journey from here, 12 if you start booking, 6 hours if you book it, I mean, pretty much your three options here are either leave me behind, leave me with the halflings in about half day's journey, or face the raptors. You're not going to want to do that because there's more than just. It's probably going to be about 3, 4, maybe even 5 raptors.
And considering how you handed us most of our asses.
I'm not even very high up in Canada's power scale. I'm just a very lucky little Warforged.
We could have found this out so much sooner if we started burying them alive.
Yeah, and you could have had a party that hated you.
You know, actually,
I can deal with that.
If you had buried me us alive, we would not have cared. We would have probably welcomed you. We would have gotten something here. After all, it's not like we breathe.
Got some
Imagine
nice
trying to
fingers
bury
there.
the Terminator alive.
Shame
Like,
something
he would
happened
just
to him.
claw his way out.
Yeah, we
I
waited,
don't have any hands.
thought it went out, waited until the raptors came back. Again, about 4 hours on that, maybe 3.5. Not entirely sure. I'd advise you get moving and stop interrogating me. As long as you interrogate me, the longer you question me, the closer those birds get.
I assumed we were moving at this point.
Yeah, I figured we were too.
Because
We should probably execute them and leave them.
What is with you and just wanting to kill these guys so badly?
Considering they nearly wiped the team.
Considering the fact that most of them are pretty
Okay,
much...
I'm not evil.
Yeah, neither am I.
I'm lawful neutral. I'm just like sick of my own code though.
Well, I might be evil, I don't know.
Yeah, and you've got a samurai whom, if I'm correct, you guys still follow the code of Bushido, right? Am I correct in that assumption, Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all you'd really be doing is doing an honorless kill, and that's not a good thing. And I, for one, don't want to kill a bunch of people who are helpless, regardless of if they're from a different grouping or not.
They were our enemies. They're still our enemies, and they will help people who want to attack us when they get found.
You know, there's a much easier way to deal with this, guys. We just leave him behind. We just leave Cedric behind and walk off.
I'm not dealing with the... I get on my horse and keep going.
Fine. You guys, whatever. We'll take him with us. Whatever.
I'm
Personally,
dropping
I'm
him
gonna
off
leave
at the
the
halfling
I just don't want to leave loose ends.
I'm dropping him off at the halfling camp.
That's what I planned on doing.
And I'm leaving a potion of moderate cure thingamabobs.
Give me one about oils, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm leaving one of the oils on him.
And tell you what, it's probably a good thing you're going to be taking you to the halflings, because if you didn't, they'd probably attack you too. Well, good friends with the halflings.
I would like
Good
to
point.
say that I am sorry about this misunderstanding.
And you know, I accept your apology. Which is why I'll make sure the halflings don't try and kill you when we get there. There's been a little bit of food shortage in the Talenta Plains recently. They've gone a little bit crazy.
How much of the, okay, I'm gonna talk to the guys. How much of the everlasting rations do we have?
Normally, it's 1 per day.
Well, I've got 2 sets since I always carry everlasting rations and an ever full mug on my characters.
What about you, Warforged friend? How many halflings are in the camp?
Halfling camp, probably around 15, 20.
Okay, I checked the box. How many is in the Everfull thing?
It's
There's about
enough to...
There's about 100 in each crate. Like 100. There's like 2 crates, 100 in each one of. One's a crate of Everfull mugs. One's a crate of everlasting rations.
Does anyone have a sending stone?
Let me check my character sheet. No, I don't. But I will tell you this: if we can manage to because I don't want to say this from a D&D standpoint. If we manage to help me improve a little bit, I might be able to send an animal messenger to them. In out-of-game terms, it means if we can get to 2nd level? Well, sorry, 6th level, then I'd be able to learn a spell and I could use Animal Messenger. I could send some stuff over to the halflings to tell them, we are bringing you guys food or something along
Dude,
that line.
you're a ranger. You have access to all of your spells.
Yeah, I know. But from 5th level?
Well, that's. Yes, you still have access to all of your spells because we're using recharge for you.
Okay then, so I would actually be able to do that now then.
Yes. Of course, granted, the halflings may or may not actually want your food.
Well, we're giving them what they want, so what are they after
Well,
then?
no. If they don't
When
want
I say a little bit crazy, I mean, well, there aren't any more grave sites.
they're cannibals.
Yeah, they've kind of gone a little bit cannibalistic. Some of them, not all of them, but the ones in the area you're going to be heading through.
So I really don't want to leave you alone.
I'll be fine. They're not going to eat me.
He's made mostly out of metal. What
Oh no,
can
I
they?
understand that, but I don't want to leave him alone in the desert at this point.
Remember, I have those raptors are coming after me. They'll get me eventually. That's my ticket home. You leave me with the halflings, I'll chill with the halfling for about 4 hours or so, 6 hours, while I wait for the birds. I'd advise you to just kind of chuck me in the general direction and keep going.
Or, I have an actual pretty good idea. It involves never having to stop the cart and bolting the fuck through the territory.
That's
It
what it meant
involved-
by just chuck me.
Not just chuck the food with you as well.
That's
Can't eat you.
smarty. Smart ass. They're cannibalistic. They're not gonna eat it. We'll use it for the refugees.
So what you're telling me is they're stuck cannibalistic? They won't try eating other food?
Not until most likely not until they run out of other meat.
Yeah, we throw you with whatever food's got, and hopefully they'll be like, huh, we can't eat any more meat right now, so, let's try eating something else again.
They'll try eating each other, but I think they'll try eating each other.
I'm gonna keep the food for the refugees.
Yeah.
And then move it on to the refugees. So do we get there and can we just drop them off?
Yeah, you do see a camp up in the distance. So yeah, about I'll just move you guys over.
Are we fully rested and healed, or are we just beat to shit?
Oh, if you decided to book it rather than resting. There's a halfling camp about here where there's the green. And there's a pass through the mountains there to Whitecliff. So, yeah, you'd be on their way. You do see a camp up ahead, maybe about a couple hundred yards away. They don't look too active yet.
Alright.
Are you just gonna drop the Warforged off?
Yep.
I think so. That would probably be the best.
Okay.
And where are we?
You're right at the mouth of the pass to through the mountains through to Whitecliff.
To Whitecliff.
More of a tunnel, really.
Yeah, but we need to go. Yeah, that's right. We're going to Whitecliff. Alright. Is there anything we should know about before we go through the tunnel?
Gets a bit dark. I can't. I'll say this before you leave. Well, the Warforged has no information. The Halflings don't really want to talk to you. So, I mean, I can just say it's going to be a dark tunnel. Probably.
Alright, I think we should, Oh, excuse me.
You getting tired over there, man?
I'm always tired now. I say we rest.
Okay. So, this is the first night's rest since the first night kind of got fucked up.
Alright.
Let's see.
And we were going for Worm Watch to what?
Whitecliff to Whitecliff is where your contact for the Wayfinders Guild is. Wormwatch is the refugee fort.
Oh, I thought we were heading straight to Worm Watch and then to Whitecliff.
Nope.
Okay.
So it's been one night. Let's see, Mars, your arm has finally healed, so you're no longer taking that -10.
What about
Okay,
me?
then.
I'll let you know.
The magic did more damage to you. Alright. Well, once we've gotten so I'm gonna stick with the cart for now. When we do our whole thing, we'll move out from there. But sorry guys, still recovering from a bite to the tongue. So if I stop in the middle of my sentences, because
I'm not gonna call for spot checks during the thing, just because the halflings would be aware of anything before you guys would be.
Alright, so do we fully rest?
That's what everyone wants.
Alright. And I leave him one, what is it, an oil of moderate repairs?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna put on my character sheet one oil of moderate repairs. And I'd like to say, no hard feelings. One last time. And,
Yeah.
look, if we ever cross paths again...
Oh, if we cross paths again, I'm probably gonna have to kill you.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
no.
let you know that. Ahead of time.
what did he say? He will?
He said, if we ever cross paths again, I'm probably gonna have to kill you. Just let me know ahead of time.
If that happens, I'll knock you out.
Mama said knock you out.
But we won't end up in the same situation. But for now, I guess it's goodbye.
Good riddance.
Ooh. Alright, so we heal up, and, I start going through the tunnel, and,
About halfway through, you do start to notice some torches on the wall.
oh, cool.
Are they lit?
Yep.
Someone was here recently, gentlemen.
Or, you know, it's a well-trafficked tunnel.
Probably.
But you do manage to make it through to White Cliff without incidents.
Alright. Do we know our contact's name?
You do not.
And he's part of the what brotherhood? The Explorers Guild or some shit?
The Wayfinder Foundation. Alright, come on. What do you guys want to do while you're in White Cliff?
I'd like to find a decent inn. I'd also,
You go first.
I'd also like to get a hot bath. Also, I'd like to buy some soap.
Some what?
Soap. S-O-A-P.
Great, you're gonna pull the Garrett thing.
Look, I'm just saying if we go into a dungeon filled with crap, I'm going to be clean afterwards.
David, please make sure to put it in a dungeon full of crap.
Just literal crap.
I
Yeah,
might make you guys go through a Tarasc's intestines.
Oh god, could you imagine that?
Oh,
Guys,
God.
we have to go out the end. Oh god, no.
or allow going out the other end.
It's Anatomy
as
Park.
a valid escape from a dragon, something like that. Some swallow hole.
No.
Dude, just so you know, don't. If you ever bring a creature that has a swallow hole, you've given me a very bad idea.
Said I might.
Just for the fun of it.
Okay, so does anyone else have anything they want to do on White Cliff?
Personally, I've got nothing to do.
I will try to stay with the main group.
Well,
I think I might sell that crystal that apparently is useless for me.
I would like to ask something else. How much for everlasting chalk?
Why do you need everlasting chalk again?
Because I don't like to get more than one piece of chalk.
Dude, as far as I'm concerned, all chalk is everlasting.
Okay, never mind then. Alright.
I mean, Connor, you could sell it if you really want to, but you never know what loot might be right around the corner.
Okay, but like I can't use it.
I'll keep it.
You gonna sell it? You gonna buy it from me?
How much is it worth?
About $5,000.
Fuck no.
Well, anyhow.
So, Connor, you want to sell the Witchlight Reservoir?
Well, it depends what I can effectively trade it for.
So, are you going to the bazaar? Like the marketplace?
Well, yeah, I want to know what's for sale.
Oh, it's mostly a minor variety of less than great weapons and armor. Mostly household items. There's a small magic shop there. They mostly just sell potions and scrolls, but
What kind of potions? And how much is a potion of healing?
potion of healing would be around 50 gold for basic one.
Mm.
So, if your friend there is looking to get rid of this witchlight, there's an auction in town. Could probably actually fetch more money for it there than with us. Would basic, of course, sometimes there are very interesting items that go out for sale there as well.
What kind of armor is there?
You're seeing mostly leather and vine armor with some studded leather.
Any of it magic?
At most a +1. But nothing too particularly powerful.
Okay.
I guess I'll just hold on to it.
So Corey had the suggestion of finding an inn.
Yes.
What about everyone else?
You know, that sounds like a pretty good idea to me. I could use a drink.
After the shit we've had, after the shit we just went through.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough fight. I really wish you guys had woke me up for that. I apologize for being such a heavy sleeper, but
Hey, you're an ogre. It's fine.
expected.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna hand something over to... Fuck, I keep forgetting everyone's name. What is Tim's character again?
Can you just click on the icon? Because
I can't see your character. Wasn't
I
it
want
like
to say it's Uraz or something.
Umaraz?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna hand something over to Umaraz and say, when I die, give this over to him. By which, of course, I mean the guy who will probably end up replacing me.
What?
It's just a note, basically. There's nothing really super important about it.
What kind of request is that?
Considering how it is that we just ran into a group and I nearly got killed, I've got a feeling that's...
Give that to your No! No! I will not do that.
And why not?
Because that is the strangest request I've ever heard, and I'm superstitious. And I do not feel comfortable granting that. Like, you're basically saying, yes, I'm going to lay down and die now. Give this to my replacement. No, you fucking fight.
No, I will fight, but when I die, I want you to give this over to him.
You will not die. You will never die.
Yeah. In case you've forgotten, a while ago, I broke my arm trying to shoot a jackass.
That's not death. That's you breaking your arm.
He got disarmed. That's all I'm going to say.
You got disarmed too, so don't you dare start with me.
Shut up. I want to go to the inn now.
Yeah.
So, what is the nicest looking inn here?
Generic inn number 32.
David?
Give me a sec here. The best inn that looks to be around is the Pilgrim's Lodge
Okay.
on the side of town.
How much is... how much do they charge?
They charge about 15 gold a night.
Does the room come with a hot bath? Does it come with food? Does it come with...
Could I buy the place for $5,000?
The innkeeper says this place has been in my family for the last 3 generations. It's worth a lot more than $5,000 to me. And to you there about the bath, if you can find a hot bath or shower anywhere in this province, you are good lucky.
Don't need it. I live in the woods.
Actually, you could use a bath.
Okay, wow. So 15 gold, no hot bath, no water. Wow. They at least
We're also the only inn in town. So,
You want a good strong drink?
Yeah, that'd be barkeep over there on the opposite side of the room. He'd be able to help you out. Basically, again, strongest thing we really got here is a tankard of mead.
Okay. I will head over to.
How big is the room?
bartender.
It's tiny, like a 2-bedroom, or like a. It's like your typical double queen size hotel room.
There's gotta be some sort of a... That's... Are there any public baths around here? Can I roll a gather info?
Yeah, sure.
On the feeling well now. Okay. Does that...
You find out that there are a few public bath. There's like one public bathhouse in the city, but they are known as the Frigid Spring. So take that as you will.
I'm sure you can use your magic to heat up the bath.
He is right. You could use prestidigitation to heat it up.
I know, that's what I plan on doing. I actually plan on getting a little bit hotter than that. Okay, how much for the Frigid Springs?
Frigid Spring is only like 3 copper.
Okay. I'm going to go to the Frigid Springs.
Once you walk out, the bartender, assuming that Myra's hasn't walked off too far, the innkeeper will mention, I did tell your friend that board comes with free food and drink, right?
No, I don't remember you saying that.
Why don't we just keep this between us then?
I actually assumed that, David.
What kind of inns have you been in?
Shitty ones.
How much does
There's a reason why I picked the wealthy inn, David.
Is it a hot breakfast or a continental breakfast?
It's hot food. It's hot food.
But is it food?
I'm not there, so I can't tell Mars to shut up.
I'm not even in the room either. I'm in the cart.
Alright, I go to the hot springs, and I would like to use prestidigitation to make the bath warm. And then I use all my soap and stuff, and I wipe myself pretty much dry.
Wait. I was gonna say, you wet yourself.
No.
Alright, well, I actually have to go do something, so this is where I'll call it for tonight. You okay with that, David?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because it turns out I just got told that I have work later on. In the middle of the night, mind you.
Don't you hate it when you have to cover for your lazy-ass coworkers?
I do that most of the time. I already told my boss about it about maybe 7 times, and none of them have gotten fired for it, so, until she decides to put up a now hiring, I have to pick up for everyone else's work. Otherwise, I may no longer have work.
You
Well,
can't.
at least you can look forward to a bigger paycheck at the end of the week.
You can't.
Yeah, she's giving me a bigger paycheck for it, thank God.
You can't refuse.
I cannot, because these people have not shown up for the past 2 months.
That's insane.
Yeah. So anyhow, I'm a head off. So, guys, try not to do something crazy while I'm gone. Okay?
Alright, well, good luck to you.
I will. So, I say, I assume like an hour passes or something.
Okay? Like, is that... You only spend an hour in the hot tub?
Yeah. David, I'm just curious. Do people kind of get in where after I've created a hot bath? David?
Sorry, turn my mic off. Actually, when you did that, you noticed more people getting out and getting back in.
Why?
Because it's a swamp. It's hot. It's humid.
Is me swamp?
It's a swamp?
Corey, what's the easiest way to cool down in a hot, humid environment?
Oh, this is a swamp? I didn't know that.
That's why I said that the nearest hot bath you wouldn't find a hot bath in the city.
But this place... Oh, okay.
I'll jump in the swamp.
Like almost the entire province of Kabar is a swamp.
Okay, I didn't know that. So, I would, obviously I'm an idiot, and, I would, use the cold spring then. I wouldn't change it.
When you come back, unless the other two have gotten up to shenanigans while you were gone.
No, I'm large enough that I think if I drank for, like, just meat for an hour, it wouldn't get me piss drunk.
The bartender notices you return,
Mm-hmm.
and he makes a gesture towards someone at the end of the bar, kind of gesturing them over. Guy walks in. Guy at the end of the bar had been kind of observing you with less than bated breath. So just kind of like, oh God, is that finally them? I don't want them to be here. Just thinking aloud, kind of a lot. And he walks up to you guys and says, "So I take it you're the ones that Porrick sent."
We are. Oh, we are. I'm not gonna do the silly voice right now, but
Yeah.
my voice is gone right now. We are? What
Well,
of it?
glad to hear that, because you guys stick out like a sore thumb. If it weren't for that fact, you'd probably be getting threatened a couple times while you're walking around here. But since you are
Real
with,
quick, are there any women in the hot tub? That thing.
it is not mixed bathing.
Okay, what about at the inn, like the bar?
There are some there, yes.
Okay, because I just want to use a shitty pickup line real quick. It's like, can I go up and say, it's like, hey, do you have a little elf in you?
If you finish that line, I'm gonna slap you.
Is it a jokey line, like, not what we're expecting?
Like, do you want some? Like, yeah, it's a joke pickup line. It's an old one.
Oh, okay, so it was actually, like... So I was hoping you would say something unexpected.
Well, it's like...
It's like if I were to walk up to a woman and say, "Hey, do you have a little Irish in you?" And she says no, like, yeah, she says no, say, "Well, do you want some?"
But, yes, yeah, that's us.
Or she says no, and then you're like, well, fuck you, Ireland is fucking cool, or something like that. Like, I don't know.
Great. So I'm sure you were told where you're looking for, or at least when?
No. We were told our contact is in Whitecliff. That's it.
Yeah, the boss isn't too great on giving out details to non-Foundation members. So about half a day's journey west of here, well, or east of here, probably more given the terrain. There's a tribal holding called Kadasham. It's basically a city, as far as we can tell, that it was built on the on old demon ruins. But that's where the local lizard folk tribes have made their meeting place, and basically their capital. There's a relic in there, and we think that we may have use of it with the Foundation.
Okay, what does the relic do?
If everything works out right, it should help cure our founder's condition. We're probably not right, though.
Wait, is this, out of character, is this the guy that's, like, really sick all the time?
Yes, he's the guy who's really sick all the time and sends out explorers in his stead. He was the one who founded the Explorers Guild, essentially.
Yeah, I remember so much. I skimmed through Ebberon, and there were a lot of interesting ones. That one was one of the ones that stood out.
Yep.
Alright,
So, we think. We're not sure.
well,
So, all we know is that it's there, something special is there, and we hope you guys can get it for us.
if it isn't what you're looking for, do we get to keep it?
If it isn't what we're looking for, you're probably going to have to deal with really, really pissed off Black Dragon. So I hope it is what we're looking for.
What do you mean a black dragon?
Some of the other lizard folk around here basically kind of worship a Black Dragon. And while that isn't his city, you may still end up accidentally wandering into his territory.
This reminds me exactly of our old start to the game. It's almost exactly how it starts. How old is this black dragon?
Pretty fucking old. That's about all I can tell you. I mean, he's been here longer than most of the lizard folk here, and they have trouble remembering things in a longer time span than a year, maybe 3.
All right, I'm looking through my spell book, and yep. Then I point to something to myself, and I say, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep that on standby." All right, I have.
If we're lucky, you won't have to deal with him.
Oh, don't worry. I have a plan if I actually have to deal with him. It won't.
You have a plan for dealing with a ridiculously old black dragon.
Yes, I do.
How high are you right now?
And well, let me show you something. Hang on. What happens if your dex gets lowered to 0 again?
You're immobile.
That's true.
Well, you're immobile and helpless
How long does that take? How long does that last?
until they manage to recover a point of dexterity.
Let's just say I have a way of making him immobile.
You say that, but again, this is a old dragon. I'm relatively sure. Is that the spell I think it is?
David, yes, you know what it is.
Oh, he won't give you 2 shits about that, son.
Wait, I said that was my nuclear option. I said I'll never use it. I just threatened to use it.
Yes. And against a dragon with access to immunity to cold.
Black dragons aren't immune to cold.
No, but they do cast as sorcerers.
Silver. Yeah, but how does that make them immune to cold?
Energy immunity.
Corrupt water.
All he would have had to do would have been to have a would have been to find a scroll of Mantle of the Ice's Soul. Would be the easiest way of going about it.
Well, I'm just saying. That's my plan in case we run into him. I'm not saying I would do it, I'm just saying if things get dicey, that's my plan. The plan is hit the dragon with that, take the relic, and then fucking run. Personally, I would never try to take on a dragon that old, but, you know, there are spells. So, how about that hot meal? Would you like a meal? Let me buy you a mead.
You can go ahead and try and buy me a meal, but it really won't change your situation if there's a relic that we need you to get. If you do it, we're gonna bend the rules for you and make you a member, all for you.
Well, that's what I said. I think we should, assuming that we're all here and we're all in agreement with this. This incredibly.
Oh, yeah. Of course, we may also have the city wrong. It may also actually be in the Black Dragon City. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, if you're wrong, what happens?
If I'm wrong, we just sent you into the middle of a... Well, put it this way. If I'm wrong, it is not Black Dragon City. We just sent you into the middle of a gathering of the 24 tribes of the Cold Sun Lizard Folk. I'm relatively sure you're gonna die. If I'm wrong. If I'm right, we're still gonna be sending you in there. But if you get that relic, if the relic is there, you most likely be crowned as their leader for the next 3 years. Well, at the very least, the capital city is yours for the next 3 years. So, we may be wrong, we may not be. I'd say we're about 70% sure that it's in the city.
Alright, insight check.
Sense motive.
I have 0.
Yeah.
Because this is beginning to sound worse and worse and worse.
Oh, you think that she's telling the truth. At least as much as she knows to be the truth.
Do you guys accept the job?
Run it by me one more time.
Get the relic from a black dragon.
Possibly. Either from a black dragon or from a tribe of possibly angry lizard folk.
You know, I'm not sure. Like, I've never worked with this group before. They took off in the middle of the night rather than, like, waking up the whole party to deal with a problem. Now, I can respect that, like, kind of confidence in your abilities, but it ended up almost getting them killed. I'm not sure how we would fare against a whole tribe full of lizard folk. I think we would have to be careful about it. We could probably do it, but it would not be easy.
Things in life aren't easy.
And I guess we'll be taking the job.
This job better set us for a while.
Oh, believe me, this job will set you off just fine. With that, she looks around real quick, make sure that no one is kind of glancing your guys' general direction other than the bartender. And she gives you a little short little bow, doffs her hat, and right before she puts it back on, you see just a shimmer of a tail.
Oh my god, she's a shifter.
Oh, scaly tail.
A scaly tail?
Yes. Before she puts her hat back on and walks away.
What color was the tail?
With Ray.
It doesn't matter. Alright, about that meal?
I'm not going to be eating with you,
No.
but I think your friends might be hungry.
Alright. We'll take a room for the night.
That has already been arranged for. So if you gave them money, we'll get it back for you.
I didn't, but okay, that's... Alright, how about a hot meal?
Heat doesn't really do too well with most people around here. We mostly just cook the food around here, just warm enough. Outsiders, we cook it a little bit hotter. That's usually just because they like hot food.
Okay, that's fine. How much?
Remember, did you tell your friend? The bartender looks over at Umar. Is like, did you tell your friend yet about the food thing?
No. He didn't ask.
I'm hungry. That's... You know, I want a decent meal instead of these everlasting rations.
Food's gonna be 15 silver then.
I thought the room was complimentary, though.
Yeah, but if I'm buying a different meal...
I said, keep that between us. But if you don't tell them, then alright, you got me. It is free. I'll be getting that for you.
Sorry, I'm not too.
Bright?
I'm not real to the whole cloak and dagger thing.
Well, you then see, when the bartender returns, see that he is carrying a massive tray, just covered in poultry and fish, mostly.
I give him 2 gold.
You're too kind, but the Wayfarers run this for pretty much no charge. Or Wayfinders run this for pretty much no charge.
Who said that was a charge? That's your tip.
Do you think they don't pay me?
Wait, so this guy's giving me shit for tipping him?
Yep. He's giving you shit for tipping him.
Ramirez is taking notes.
You know, I could take this back.
As you should. They pay me well here. I don't need any of your money.
Okay, I do so then. Wow. Thanks for the meal, I guess.
You're welcome. You're welcome in that regard. And unless that cart has any of your valuables in it, we can see about arranging for that to be transported elsewhere.
Yes.
Wherever you need it.
We need this to go to Wormwatch.
I think we can arrange for that in a little bit.
Thank you.
New Throne might try and take some taxes off of it, but that shouldn't be too hard to talk our way out of.
Will there be a cost involved to that, or anything I need to sign, paperwork?
No, nothing you need to sign.
Alright. So, he takes care of that, that's done, that's done.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright. Assuming the night is over, we get a fresh meal. Let's head off to the lizard folk place.
Actually, I think I'm gonna call it there.
Oh, okay.
Because we're gonna need Mars's help.
I do think A, you're partly gonna need Mars's help. B, it's also getting close to like 10 o'clock on my end, and I still got shit to do.
Okay. With that, good night, everybody.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.